Canada stands at a crossroads, facing a monumental decision: the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II or the Saab JAS-39 Gripen E. This isn't just about buying jets, it's about shaping Canada's military, economy, and global standing for decades. The F-35 offers stealth and deep U.S. integration. The Gripen promises autonomy, lower costs, and a boost to Canadian industry. The debate splits the nation, forcing tough questions about priorities, alliance or independence, cutting-edge tech or practical value. As we dive into this high-stakes rivalry, we'll break down what's at stake for Canada's future. The outcome will echo far beyond the skies, defining Canada's security, economy, and sovereignty. For decades, Canada has grappled with the challenge of replacing its aging fleet of CF-18 Hornets, a process that has become one of the country's most drawn-out and contentious military procurement sagas. The need for a new fighter jet has been clear for years, as the CF-18s, first introduced in the early 1980s, have grown increasingly outdated in the face of modern threats and evolving technology. Yet, the search for a replacement has been mired in political wrangling, shifting priorities, and heated public debate. Successive governments have struggled to balance national security needs with fiscal responsibility, all while facing intense scrutiny from both the public and opposition parties. The saga took a dramatic turn in 2010, when the government announced its intention to purchase the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. The decision was met with immediate backlash, as critics pointed to the high price tag, questions about transparency, and the lack of an open competition. Protests erupted, and headlines across the country debated whether the F-35 was truly the best fit for Canada's unique defense needs. Over the next decade, the process was repeatedly reset and re-examined. New contenders entered the fray, and the government eventually opened up the competition to other manufacturers. By the early 2020s, the field had narrowed to two main options: the American-made F-35 and the Swedish Saab Gripen, each offering distinct advantages and sparking passionate debate among military experts and the public alike. In 2022, after years of study and consultation, the government named the F-35 as the preferred bidder. But the announcement did little to quell concerns. Critics continued to raise alarms about the escalating costs, the impact on Canadian sovereignty, and whether the F-35's advanced technology was truly necessary for Canada's defense requirements. The debate raged on in the media, in Parliament, and among everyday Canadians. Then, in a surprising twist in 2025, the government announced a comprehensive review of the entire fighter jet procurement process. This unexpected move reopened the door for the Gripen, and even raised the possibility of Canada adopting a mixed fleet, an option that had previously been dismissed. The review signaled that the final chapter in this saga was far from written. Now, as the government weighs its options, both the F-35 and the Gripen are back in contention. Military leaders, defense analysts, and politicians are all engaged in intense discussions, knowing that the decision will shape Canada's Air Force for decades to come. With the clock ticking and the stakes higher than ever, Canada's long and winding fighter jet saga is racing toward its most critical, and perhaps most decisive, moment yet. The F-35 Lightning II is not just another fighter jet, it's a marvel of modern engineering, representing the cutting edge of military aviation. As a fifth-generation stealth fighter, the F-35 is designed to be virtually invisible to enemy radar, allowing it to operate deep within contested airspace with minimal risk of detection. Its sleek, angular design and radar-absorbing materials make it a formidable presence in the skies, while its advanced avionics and flight systems set it apart from previous generations of aircraft. But the F-35 is more than just a stealth platform. It's built for seamless integration with US and allied forces, acting as a force multiplier on the modern battlefield. Whether flying solo or in formation with NATO partners, the F-35 is designed to share information and coordinate tactics in real time, making it a key asset for joint operations and multinational missions. At the heart of the F-35's power is its sensor fusion technology. The jet collects data from a suite of sensors and fuses it into a single, easy-to-read display for the pilot. This real-time data sharing doesn't just help the pilot, it boosts the situational awareness of every allied unit nearby. That's why it's often called a quarterback in the sky, orchestrating the movements of other aircraft, ground forces, and even naval assets to maximize mission success. However, all this cutting-edge technology comes at a significant cost. The F-35 program is one of the most expensive military projects in history, with billions spent on research, development, and production. Beyond the initial price tag, ongoing maintenance, software updates, and spare parts add to the long-term financial burden. For countries considering the F-35, these costs can strain defense budgets and spark heated debates about military spending priorities. For Canada, choosing the F-35 means relying heavily on the United States for critical software, replacement parts, and future upgrades. This dependency raises important questions about national sovereignty and the ability to independently maintain and operate such a sophisticated aircraft over its lifetime. Some worry that this reliance could limit Canada's flexibility in future defense decisions. Supporters of the F-35 argue that its advanced capabilities are essential for fulfilling Canada's commitments to NORAD and NATO. The jet's stealth, speed, and survivability make it uniquely suited for defending North American airspace and supporting Allied operations in hostile environments, including the increasingly strategic Arctic region. Yet, critics caution that the high costs and foreign dependency could put a strain on Canada's defense budget and limit its ability to invest in other priorities. They question whether the benefits truly outweigh the risks, especially given the country's unique geography and security needs. For the Royal Canadian Air Force, the F-35's unmatched technology, stealth and versatility are undeniably attractive. Pilots and military planners see it as a leap forward in capability, offering tools and features that could redefine Canada's air power for decades to come. But with so much at stake, the question remains: is the F-35 truly the right fit for Canada's unique defense challenges, or is it an expensive gamble? As the debate continues, the answer will shape the future of Canadian air power for generations. The Sweden Gripen takes a different approach, prioritizing efficiency, adaptability, and national control. It's not as stealthy as the F-35, but it's agile, easy to maintain, and designed for rugged conditions, perfect for Canada's vast remote regions. Saab offers full control over software and upgrades, plus a promise to build jets and surveillance planes in Canada, creating thousands of jobs. The Gripen's lower cost and operational flexibility appeal to those seeking a practical, sovereign solution. Supporters say it's the smart, affordable choice for defending Canadian skies and boosting the domestic aerospace sector. The Gripen is about independence and value, without sacrificing capability. At the heart of the debate is interoperability, especially with the US through NORAD. The F-35 guarantees seamless integration with American forces, a key argument for its supporters. US officials warn that choosing the Gripen could weaken NORAD cooperation, even threatening to patrol Canadian skies themselves. Critics see this as pressure, arguing that Canada shouldn't be forced into conformity at the expense of sovereignty. The Gripen is NATO compatible, but lacks the F-35's deep data fusion. The real question: should Canada prioritize alliance cohesion or assert its right to choose its own path? The answer will shape Canada's defense relationship for years to come. The fighter jet decision is also an economic one, with billions of taxpayer dollars at stake and long-term consequences for the nation's prosperity. This isn't just about military hardware, it's about jobs, innovation, and the future of Canadian industry. Every dollar spent on new jets will ripple through the economy, affecting workers, businesses, and communities across the country. The F-35's high purchase price and even higher lifetime maintenance costs could put significant pressure on Canada's defense budget for decades to come. Some experts warn that these expenses might force cuts to other military programs or even to social services, as the government tries to balance competing priorities. And while the F-35 is a cutting-edge aircraft, the economic returns for Canadian industry remain uncertain, with no guarantees of substantial contracts or technology transfer. The Gripen, by contrast, is not only cheaper to buy and operate, but Saab's proposal goes further. The company has pledged to build both fighter jets and advanced surveillance planes right here in Canada. This would mean thousands of high-quality jobs for Canadian workers, new opportunities for local suppliers, and a boost to the country's aerospace sector. It's a chance to strengthen homegrown expertise and keep more of the economic benefits within our borders. Critics of the F-35 worry that billions could flow out of Canada, with much of the spending benefiting foreign companies and workers. They argue that this approach risks missing out on a once-in-a-generation opportunity to invest in Canadian talent and technology. Supporters of the F-35, however, point to the value of joining a global supply chain, which could open doors for Canadian firms to participate in international projects. But these benefits are often spread thin, and there's no certainty that Canadian businesses will secure major contracts or long-term work. Saab's plan, on the other hand, promises direct, concentrated investment in Canadian facilities, with clear commitments to job creation and technology sharing. For many Canadians, the economic argument is just as important as the military one. The decision will impact not only national security, but also the livelihoods of thousands of families and the strength of entire communities. Ultimately, the choice between the F-35 and the Gripen will shape Canada's industrial future as much as its Air Force, determining whether the country invests in its own workforce and innovation or sends its resources abroad. Canadians are watching closely and their voices matter. Polls show strong support for the Gripen or a mixed fleet, driven by concerns over the F-35's cost and a desire for a made-in-Canada solution. The promise of jobs and economic growth resonates, especially in uncertain times. U.S. warnings about NORAD have backfired, fueling calls for greater independence. For many, this is about more than jets. It's about sovereignty, pride, and control over Canada's future. The public's verdict: Canada should choose what's best for itself, not just its allies. Canada's fighter jet decision is about more than hardware. It's about identity, alliances, and the future. Choosing the F-35 means deepening U.S. ties, cutting-edge tech, but high costs and dependency. The Gripen offers autonomy, affordability, and a boost to Canadian industry, but risks straining the U.S. relationship and foregoing stealth. A mixed fleet could balance both, but adds complexity. The stakes are enormous: security, economy, sovereignty, and Canada's place in the world. The government's choice will echo for generations. Will Canada double down on alliance or chart its own course? The world is watching. This is more than a jet contract. It's a defining moment for Canada's destiny.